Hi there. Um, I and my buddy Joe English are sending our regards, and today we would like to do some ACT English section test uh, questions together. So let's share the PowerPoint. All right. Today's passage is entitled "The Adventure of, or The Adventures of a Musician." The Adventures of a Musician. Okay, let's read the first sentence, first question. When she was just 4 years old, she would tune the family's radio to classical music. So, family's radio, this should be it was the possessive case, and choice J is the best answer. That is one family's radio. So, family apostrophe S radio, not families plural. One family apostrophe S radio. So J is the best answer. That is her family's radio. Okay. All right. Let's move on to 17. Tanya's grandmother enrolled her in the Havana Music Conservatory. Oh, yeah, that sounds correct. But let's have a look at the other choices. She was enrolled by her grandmother. Tanya was enrolled. She enrolled her. She enrolled her doesn't it is confusing because we she could refer to Tanya or her grandmother. All right, so J is not the best answer. D is not the best answer. C and B are in the passive. There's no need to uh, put the sentence in the passive, so the best choice is A, no change. All right, Tanya's grandmother enrolled her in the Havana Music Conservatory. Let's move to 18. She chose to study piano. Chose. Yeah. So that's pretty easy. The best of choose is chose. So J is the best answer. It's a direct question on a verb form in the past. All right. So the best form of choose is chose. J. Let's now move to 19 and read the prompt carefully because he says which alternative is not acceptable. Which one is not acceptable? Sometimes you think that he's asking you about the best answer, but if there is a prompt and he is asking you which choice would be not acceptable or not right, and if you choose the right answer in that case, then your answer would be wrong. So careful, read the prompt. If there's any prompt, read it carefully before you answer the question. So Leon was also fascinated by faraway places, period. She covered her bedroom walls with postcards. That's acceptable. And places and covered her bedroom. That's also acceptable. B, she was fascinated by faraway places that covered her bedroom walls. That is not acceptable. So B is the one that is not acceptable. Okay? Yeah. So therefore, it is the right answer or the best answer here. B. Okay. Then he says in 20, and she dreamed of traveling around the world, period. Irritated by this desire for adventure, Leon moved to New York City. That's not correct. So if we say prompted by this desire for adventure, she moved to New York City. So yes, that is the best answer. G is the best answer. Riled up or annoyed is not also correct. So the best answer for 20 is prompted. If we read it one more time, she was fascinated by traveling, or she dreamed of traveling around the world. Prompted by this desire for adventure, Leon moved to New York City. So that is the best answer. All right, good. Let's move on to 21. Yeah. Fledgling Dance Theater of Harlem listened to her improvising on the piano one day. All right, let's go back a little bit. There, Arthur Mitchell, director of the fledgling dance theater of Harlem, listened. So Arthur Listen to her improvising. At this point, the writer wants to express the coincidental nature of the event being described. Which choice would most effectively accomplish this purpose? No change. Listen to doesn't reflect that it was coincidental. Happened to overhear, yes, happened to overhear. So Arthur happened to overhear her improvising on the piano. That reflects the coincidental nature of this event. So B is the best answer. Witnessed doesn't reflect that. Impressed was impressed does not also reflect that. So the best answer for this question 21 is B, happened to overhear, because it reflects the coincidental nature of the event. Now moving on to 22. All right. He promptly offered her a job as pianist for the company. Leon's role in the dance theater expanded as the company grew. Okay, so no change. Begin new paragraph afterward, comma, he. Do not begin new paragraph. All right. Moreover, comma, he. Do not begin new paragraph, he. Okay. Yeah. So there is no need to begin any new paragraph here, because this is not um, a good way to begin a new paragraph. Also, it should be linked to the fact that he coincidentally heard her or overheard her playing the piano, and then he offered her a job with the theater or the company. Okay, so J is the best answer. Do not begin a new paragraph. So we should link he, the sentence that starts with he, with the last sentence that Arthur listened to her improvising on the piano one day. He promptly offered her a job. So we would move he to start after this period without starting a new paragraph. The best answer is J. All right, so let's move to 23. All right. All right. Leon's role in the dance theater expanded as the company grew, and the company's music a program flourished under its guidance. It does not refer to Leon. It's wrong to say this here. We should change it to be under her guidance, because we are talking about Leon, and because of her good role, or excellent role of playing the music, etc. The company's music program flourished under her guidance. It's just an antecedent, what they call pronoun antecedent reference. If we have a female subject, then uh, we refer to that using her. If we have a masculine or male antecedent, we refer to that using his, for example. And if we have neuter or inanimate object, for example, or animal, we say it, and so we refer back to it using, for example, it or its, and so on. So it's a pronoun antecedent reference. The best answer is B. All right, let's move now to 24. Yeah, here, given that all the following are true, which one, if added here, would provide the most effective support for the statements made in the preceding sentence? Which means that under her guidance, the company thrived musically, and so on, and so on. So let's just read the statements here. She founded the dance theater's music department, music school, and orchestra. Okay, that sounds correct answer, but let's just read the other ones. Mitchell's company has done much to popularize ballet in Harlem community? No. She has been associated with the dance theater since 1968? No. In 1971, she performed with the company at the Festival of Two Worlds in Spoleto, Italy. No. So the best way to support the statement that the company thrived under her guidance and so on is F, because here he says she founded the dance theater's music department, music school, and orchestra. And that means the company became uh, more respected and thrived when it comes to music because of her guidance, and she founded these musical uh, assets with that company. Okay, let's now move to, so F is the best answer. Let's now move to 25. Okay, what does it say 25 here? Given that all the choices are true, which one would most effectively introduce the subject of this paragraph? In the mid 1970s, Leon decided to pursue conducting, to become a conductor. She trained under such noted conductors as Leonard Bernstein and Seiji Ozawa. Okay, yeah. Leon compositions span a range of musical styles. Leon earned a master's degree from New York University, and Leon's diverse background is reflected in her compositions. No, no change is the best choice because he says she decided to become a conductor or pursue conducting, and she was trained under notable conductors such as blah blah blah. So this is the best introductory sentence for that paragraph would be as it is. A is the best answer. Okay, moving to 26. Let's read 26. Her career as a conductor took off after she was named musical director and conductor of the Broadway production of The Wiz. Okay, so here he uses a comma before and there are choices of using semicolon or a comma after conductor. In fact, we don't need any punctuation here. If we read the sentence without any punctuation, it would sound like her career as a conductor took off after she was named musical director and conductor of the Broadway production of The Wiz. Sounds perfect. We don't need any punctuation. Remember, as we said before, if you have choices with punctuation and one choice with no punctuation and it sounds correct, then it is the correct answer. So here, J is the best answer. J is the best answer. Okay, moving on to 27. Yeah. Yeah, which of the following sentences in the paragraph is least relevant to the main focus of the essay and therefore could be deleted? So we have sentence 2 or 3 or 4 or 5. Let's go to these sentences 2, 3, 4, 5. All right, so the beginning would say in the mid 70s, Leon decided to pursue conducting. Then it says she trained under such noted conductors. No, this is closely related. How about 3? Her career as a conductor took off after she was named musical director and conductor, also in line with what's being discussed. How about number 4? This musical was adapted from 19 blah 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 movie Wizard of the Oz. Yeah, that's not very much related to what is being discussed and her being a conductor and so on. So he's just talking about the Wiz, where it comes from. So it doesn't really affect the argument or what is being said here in the paragraph. Let's just have a look at sentence 5. It says, from the time on, she could uh, barely keep up with the invitations to guest conduct. Yeah, also this is closely related to what is being said and discussed in that paragraph. So C is the best choice. If we would delete any sentence, it would be sentence 4. It is not closely related to the core ideas in that paragraph. So C is the best answer. All right, so moving on to 28. Leon says that one of the most challenging and rewarding accomplishments of her life have been to compose an opera and then conduct it herself. Yeah, Leon says that. I don't think we need any change here. There's nothing wrong here. We don't need a comma, we don't need a semicolon, we don't need a colon. She just says, Leon says that one of the most challenging. It makes sense. We don't need to make any change. So 28, F is the best answer. And how about 29? Yeah, Leon says that one of the most challenging and rewarding have been to compose. If we look back at the subject, Leon says that one of the most challenging have been, no, it should be has been to compose. So C is the best answer. It is just subject verb agreement, subject verb agreement. We have a singular subject since she says one of the most challenging accomplishments. So one would be something singular. So the subject, the verb should follow the subject and become singular. So instead of have, we just change it to has been to compose. So C is the best answer. Looking at the last question here in that passage, okay, her opera, Scourge of Hyacinth, could win the Best Composition prize in 1994? No, that doesn't sound correct. Might win? No. Wins? No. Won, because this is what actually happened. Back in 1994, her opera won the Best Composition prize. So that's just verb tense because it happened in the past and has nothing to do with the present or future. So we should choose a verb in the past form. So the best form of win is won. Okay? So if we read it, her opera, blah, 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 won the best composition at the 1994 uh, theater or whatever. Okay? So she won the composition, the best composition prize. Okay, thank you for following. Again, my advice for people who set for the ACT is try to get some training answering some of the ACT tests yourself while being timed uh, at least 1 week before the test. Okay, so try to answer some ACT test questions, but 1 week before you set for the actual ACT test, try to time yourself so you know exactly what time limits you have in answering the questions and so on. And also don't leave any question unanswered. Even if you don't know some of the questions, try to use the process of elimination, or even if that doesn't work, try to guess, but don't leave any question unanswered. And good luck to everybody, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye for now.